Hi, my name is ZaKaiRan, and welcome to another powerful podcast in my Galactic Human series entitled Future Earth 5, Divine Purpose, and the Galactic Civilization of Light. Imagine living in a society where spirit is more important than anything else, where there is no separation between spiritual and physical reality. And there are no idiotic beliefs in unworthiness and superiority and inferiority, especially the erroneous belief that God is somehow separate from us and we are unworthy in comparison to his, her, or its power. A society where everyone recognizes and emphasizes and encourages every other person's love, divinity, and unlimited, immortal, infinite power to create absolutely anything they want. Imagine living in a society where the fulfillment of everyone's life purpose is the number one priority in life. Not beating the next guy, not being right, not fighting over resources or ideologies, politics, or religion. Not fame and recognition, not amassing wealth and toys, but fulfilling one's own dreams, desires, and divine purpose in life. The purpose that they came onto this planet, into their body, to fulfill. Imagine that. Bum, 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 bum. Imagine how that would radically change how everyone functions on Earth. Instead of fighting for external recognition, people embrace self-recognition. And no one suffers from unworthiness, so they are not trying to prove worthiness to society or to God. They are instead centered in their own divine purpose and not looking at society to provide self-worth for them. Because the general cause of all conflict and drama on planet Earth is people suffering from unworthiness, helplessness, powerlessness, and I'm not good enough. And so humans do external things to prove worthiness. And sometimes those are good things, or businesses, or employment, or education, or relationships, etc. And some people are doing criminal, corrupt, and unethical things, again, to prove worthiness and feel powerful. Basically, everyone is doing good things or bad things to feel better than feeling the depression of feeling unworthy. So imagine a society where no one suffers from unworthiness because everyone recognizes and embraces their magnificence. And everyone not only pursues their divine purpose in life, but they wholeheartedly support others to do the same. Which begins at childhood, where every child and parent is counseled and supported to encourage every child to discover and nurture their creative and spiritual abilities, as well as their unique divine purpose in life. Where spiritual education is more important than knowledge. Imagine what kind of society we could have if the number one priority in life is discovering, nurturing, supporting, and expressing one's own unique divine purpose in life. And recognizing, of course, your divinity, your own source. And recognizing that you are the essence of joy, love, well-being, and infinite abundance. And children and adults are encouraged to discover this purpose on their own without any kind of indoctrination or pressure to fit into boxes that society has determined to be the proper boxes to fit one's life and personality into, to make society happy. That is current life on planet Earth in a nutshell. Our society, educational system, our business and financial structure, as well as religions, are all focused upon fitting people into agreed upon, pre-approved boxes designed to support business and countries and religions, etc. Financially, emotionally, but not to support the individual's fulfillment happiness, prosperity, and well-being. Current Earth society is built upon the premise of, what can you do for society to make us all happy, regardless of your happiness? Rather than, what can you do for yourself to make yourself happy and fulfilled so that you have the desire, energy, inspiration, mastery, and power to support other people's joy, prosperity, well-being, and fulfillment, and of course, contribute to society. But in a galactic society, each individual person's happiness and fulfillment is the most important thing, because happy, fulfilled individuals create a happy and fulfilled society. Current Earth society is still functioning from the old aristocratic colonial type of society where the rich exploit the poor, and status, fame, wealth, and power are more important than anything else. And even the poor peasants aspire to be rich and domineering like their masters, because it's sort of like it's better to be a master than a slave. That aristocratic perspective was propagated by the elite extraterrestrials that were colonizing this planet, especially post-destruction of Lemuria and Atlantis, when Atlantis came about, and the rogue Pleiadians, aka the Anunnaki, after they destroyed the much more holistic and galactic human society of Lemuria around 50,000 years ago. That elite aristocratic society is what created the concept of the so-called gods as they deemed themselves to be. A concept that was especially propagated after the destruction of the firmament, which created the flood, and, of course, destroyed Atlantis, when the remaining humans lost full consciousness and became very primitive humans. And our DNA has been messed with by these so-called ET gods, but regardless of who started what, who did what, we are evolving fast and furiously with the help of this planet's spiritual hierarchy and the support of the Galactic Federation of Light, as well as the Agartha network of subterranean masters who have lived in a completely holistic, loving, Syrian/Lemurian galactic human society underground in underground cities since before the flood and the fall of Atlantis. So, needless to say, that elite, aristocratic, theoistic, I'm a god or a king, or you're a lowly peasant, or you're my slave, a pattern of society on planet Earth is truly on its way out. People have been revolting against this unjust rulership for literally thousands of years. And even though people are still fascinated by powerful rulers and powerful religious figures and politicians and business leaders, as well as famous entertainers, they are slowly even losing interest in them, especially from the perspective that they are somehow superior to us. People are only still fascinated by the so-called powerful elite and successful because most people lack purpose, and they lack belief that they have the power to create whatever they want. And successful, good or bad leaders seem to have purpose and are clear about what they want and what is right, and whereas most people have a distinct lack of purpose in life and lack of clarity of what they actually want, because they have been trained to work on the assembly line, helping other people achieve their dreams. And they've been trained to place other people's happiness above their own happiness. And, of course, to put other people's abundance and prosperity above their own. And no one has supported their specific individual divine purpose in life or supported them to pursue their dreams. It's not something you get from society. Because if you succeed at your dreams, well, then that makes me feel like a failure. So people tend to drag down other people, tell them to don't give up their day job, etc. And because people do not understand their true unlimited power of creation, they see other people who have achieved success and believe a list of possibilities why those people are successful, but they are not, in truth. A lot of them, such as them being more worthy, talented, smarter, educated, beautiful, etc., and doubt their abilities to be successful when they compare themselves to those rich and successful people. And real basically, society still believes that more successful people are somehow superior to them or more blessed than them. And they tend to believe that those rich, successful people must be happier than them because of their success. But in case you haven't noticed yet, financial power, success, and fame do not necessarily directly equate to happiness and fulfillment. We've seen this 1,000 times with our entertainers, such as Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson, Britney Spears, etc. Especially when the desire for fame, success, and wealth is to prove worthiness, which is a spiritual void that cannot be filled with anything physical or emotional, such as fame or recognition, because none of us are actually unworthy at all. Generating financial or political or religious power and fame does not ultimately make that person any more powerful or more worthy than the bum on the street, because no one is actually powerless or unworthy in any way. We all have the equal freedom and power to create anything we want. And those things do not make anyone happy, at least not permanently, because every individual must create their own unconditional happiness that does not rely upon physical conditions. Otherwise, physical conditions just become like a drug, and the addict needs a never-ending new and bigger condition to be happy. And then good conditions become your friend, but bad conditions become your enemy. And of course, that's what has created all the dramas, traumas, and wars on planet Earth. And then there is also always a fear of loss of good conditions and a fear of bad conditions. This is the essence of depression. When a person feels like they have no control over their lives and no ability to create good conditions and therefore good feelings in their lives. So imagine a society where as soon as you can walk and talk, you are told that you have the complete freedom, support, and power to create anything you like. And you are told that your number one priority in life is to be happy, have fun, create whatever you want, and fulfill your divine purpose. You are not told anything about do this, do that to make us happy. No, not ever. That's old aristocratic, elite, superiority, colonial society crap. That's, hey, peasant, keep me happy because I am your Lord, I am your Savior, I am your Master. So keep me happy or I'm going to kick you off my land and probably send you off to Australia or put you in jail on trumped up charges to get rid of you. And that same aristocratic superiority bullshit is carried on to children and then throughout society by everybody. Meaning, hey, child, because you're inferior to me, keep me happy. Otherwise, I'll emotionally or physically beat you and deprive you of love and joyful things. And then, of course, that gets extended into adulthood. Hey, adult, keep me happy. Otherwise, I'll fire your sorry ass and you'll be on the street begging for change. Or keep me happy is using the classic relationship example. Keep me happy or I'll divorce your deadbeat ass and I'll take all your money, the kids, the house, and your favorite dog too. So imagine a society where no child or adult, for that matter, is required to do anything that they don't want to do. No one is judged or punished for not doing assignments or tests to prove their worthiness or to prove their knowledge or their commitment to pleasing you as the teacher or the clergy or the parent. And no one is asked to or required to prove physical or mental skills or athleticism or knowledge. And further, if a child is not interested in a certain subject, they are not required to study it. And put in a general nutshell, no one is required to do anything in order to make anybody else happy. Because in a galactic society, what is absolutely recognized is that it is not anyone's job to please anyone else. It is everyone's individual responsibility to please themselves, because no one else can create for anyone else. So there is already a school on planet Earth that is operating with that galactic society premise, where children are only taught what they are interested in learning, and no child is ever told what they should or should not study. So these schools that operate in a very sort of galactic human perspective are called the Sudbury schools. I don't know how spiritually oriented they are. I have not been there or studied there, but of course they must be very spiritually oriented. But imagine a school that is like a Sudbury school everywhere on planet Earth. And all schools are like this, where the number one priority is each child's unique individual interests, desires, and purpose. And there are more than enough counselors to support each child to discover that. And no one is left out for any reason. No one is rejected for any reason. No child is judged for any reason. And each day the teacher and counselors ask each individual, what would you like to study, explore, discover, or play with today? That is what school is like on planets in star systems that are part of the Galactic Federation of Light, such as Andromeda, Sirius, Arcturus, and the Pleiades. Galactic human societies that are built upon 4 basic laws that are all based upon love, not resources, control, and power. The first law, the law of the one, is focused on the happiness and fulfillment of each individual and the achievement of their unique divine purpose. And the only way to discover and explore that mastery is through connecting to one's own source and given the freedom and support to express that in life and society, including supporting others to do the same. The second law, the law of the two, expands that divine purpose to another person and persons in relationship, which defines their relationship in service to each other and others in society. The current pattern of relationship on planet Earth is based upon a mutual agreed upon pattern to try and make each other happy, which sounds good in theory, but is not ultimately possible because no one can create for another person, and no one feels for another person, and no one can make another person happy. And unless each individual is focused on their own happiness, purpose, and fulfillment, they have nothing of value to ultimately offer to another person or to society. And the rules and regulations of how you're supposed to act in relationship on planet Earth in order to keep each other happy absolutely do not work for many reasons. First of all, no one likes following someone else's rules, no matter how much you may love them, because other people's rules and desires cannot and do not make us happy. And unless each individual discovers and is expressing their own personal, unique, divine purpose, the relationship cannot evolve and grow and will ultimately be unfulfilling. The fulfillment of one's own divine purpose in life, expressed on intimate levels with another person, as well as with other members of your family, friends, children, community, and society, is the next law, the law of the three, which creates a planetary web of love. Each individual person's expression of their life purpose in society strengthens that society and planet to work and play and create as one supportive, joyful, abundant spiritual planet and star system. And that star system works and plays with other star systems, creating star nations for the betterment of the galaxy, which is the essence of the law of the four and the basis of the Galactic Federation of loving star nations. The law of the four is a union of like-hearted star nations unified by love, cooperation, joy, and divine purpose. And that is the society that this planet will eventually become. It is the inevitable next step for humanity and planet Earth, and is the absolute desire of Mother Gaia, this planet, the being who basically inhabits this planet. Vibrationally, we are already a galactic human civilization, and we are already full-fledged members of the Galactic Federation. Just entered, so to speak, accepted, so to speak, by the spiritual hierarchy of this planet. And now is the time to catch up to that vibration. So how do we accomplish that? Well, first, I must tell you how we do not accomplish that. We will not and cannot create a civilization of love and light, judging and condemning and fighting against anyone for any reason about anything. The only way to create anything you want is focusing on the abundant joy of that desire as if it is already here physically right now. Not, I repeat, not bitching, moaning, protesting, and legislating and warring against what we do not want, which is what humanity typically does, which only attracts more unwanted things that you've got to fight against. To create the new civilization of love and light, you must create that holistic, unconditionally loving, joyful, abundant, purposeful society in your personal life/universe right now. And you must connect to, embrace, nurture, and express your divine purpose in life, which is joyful creation, as the general umbrella that encompasses all life. And then your unique spiritual, scientific, creative, healing, etc., whatever that purpose is, purpose in life, is part of that joy umbrella. You must connect to, nurture, and express your relationship with who and what you truly are as source, and as you truly are as infinite, unlimited joy, love, well-being, and abundance. And then manifest that divinity into and through your creations as your creative and spiritual expression. And you will influence others then to do the same thing with the powerful example of your joyful and abundant life. Now, I do not recommend knocking on doors or standing on a street corner or on a soapbox in the park preaching about the new galactic human civilization, unless you're very fond of rejection and you love being judged as being crazy, and you are excited about the men in their clean white coats coming to take you away. Ha 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 hee 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 ho ho. Because your most powerful influence upon society is with your own joy and empowerment, not preaching the gospel of the Galactic Federation. When you are fulfilling your own divine purpose and people see you as happy as a lark every single day, well, then they will also desire to fulfill their own divine purposes in life. And then you'll have some really fun playmates where every moment together is an absolute giggle fest. And your life will just get better and better and better, and the lives of others around you will also improve in such ecstatically joyful and abundant ways. And people will come to you, even pay you, because they want to know what your secret is. And of course, your secret is just being the joy that you truly are. So, are you ready to jump into your awesome, magnificent, joyfully abundant life purpose? Well, if so, well, then I'm here to support you. And there is an entire team of angels and ascended masters and your own master source self poised and ready to support you. But you've got to be able to tune into them. So, let's co-create heaven on earth together. Let's co-create a new galactic human civilization of love and light. Who's with me? And again, I'm available to support you, to get you on the right track. I mean, you're going to have to do the work yourself, but I'm a really good resource to get you pointed in the right direction. And I also have great resources to turn you on to help you to tune into that source, unlimited master being of unlimited creation that you truly are. And of course, one of those amazing resources is always in the links of my videos and podcasts, and that is the Master Keys of Success and Daily Success Rituals series, which is a cavalcade of audios and videos that you can learn about how to meditate, how to get into alignment with your source, the proper usage of affirmations, and lots of success master keys to tune you in to who and what you truly are, so that you can manifest, first of all, the joy that you truly are, so you can have fun just being the joy master that you truly are, but then also, of course, to attract wonderful, joyful things to you. So I hope you enjoyed my podcast, Future Earth 5, Divine Purpose and the Galactic Civilization of Light, and it helps you to connect to and step into your divine purpose, which, first of all, is joy. The purpose of life is joy, and your divine purpose is to have as much fun as possible, creating fun stuff on planet Earth just with the thought of it, and have fun stepping into your divine power as source and as the joy, love, well-being, and abundance that you are. If you did enjoy this, please share with your friends. Bless them with these amazing teachings so that they can have awesome, amazing lives as well. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and podcast channel just with a little click. It's all you have to do is just do that on your mouse. So yeah, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and podcast channel, The Master Keys of Creation, and come visit me at ZaKaiRan.com for tons more self-empowering goodies to help you become a conscious, deliberate, creator of reality to literally make all your dreams come true. My name is ZaKaiRan, and I'm here to help you remember that you are an unlimited master of divine creation, and you have the power and freedom to create the joy, love, well-being, and abundance you are and want in life. And I'm also here to remember that you are awesome and magnificent and completely unlimited, and you are the absolute essence of joy. Anyway, thanks again for watching my video or listening to this podcast, and I wish you immense joy and abundance on your magnificent journey of divine creation. And remember to make life a holiday. Woohoo!